And joining me in studio now is Mr. Riggs Eckelberry. He's the CEO of Origin Oil Incorporated, stock symbol OOIL. Riggs, good to see you again.
Always, Don.
We've been talking to your company here for a little while, and I'm always so fascinated by the science of it, because what we're talking about is cultivating algae to use it as a source for biofuel production. And of course, we've also mentioned the fact that unlike, say, wheat or corn, where the crop doesn't happen so often, plus those, of course, those are also food sources, you can actually have several crops a day from the cultivation of algae. Tell us about that.
Let's call it one crop a day.
Okay.
Think of it, algae as a big energy battery, and you put CO2 in, and of course a little bit of solar energy, and it creates energy that can be turned into gas, of course liquid fuel, diesel, jet fuel, etc., plastics and solvents. And the beauty of that is that it's very portable. You can set up an algae plant anywhere, put it to work, and out comes the energy.
Well, now, it's remarkable when you tell me about this, because you have said on the program before that outside of asphalt, anything that we're using petroleum for, we can use algae origin fuel for, basically.
Good word, because of course petroleum is mostly algae. And what made it tarry, of course, was the fossilization process, which also made it into a toxic mineral. Algae oil is the petroleum in its virgin state, without all the toxins and without the tar, and of course all the uses.
That's fascinating too, because you talk about something like a diamond. They say you can take a lump of coal and make a diamond out of it if you have 30 million years.
Sure.
And that's what you're talking about. The oil that we're using today, petroleum, is algae from 10 million years ago. You're now creating it new and basically, as you mentioned, eliminating that 10 million year gap.
Yeah, we're fast forwarding here. And the beauty is, of course, is that we're pulling the carbon out of the environment. So the CO2 is being pulled out of the atmosphere, or the oceans, for example, and then when you burn it, you put it back, but you haven't added more.
Okay.
Whereas with petroleum, you're taking a reserve of carbon and throwing it, splashing it into the atmosphere and doing a very bad job.
Now, we had a conversation before going on the air. You're getting ready to jump on a plane, go over to Brussels. What's going on over there?
A couple weeks away, I'll be speaking at the coming Biomass Summit, which is a big deal. In fact, Jeb Bush is one of the speakers.
Oh.
And Al Gore spoke a couple years ago. It's probably the biggest date of the year, and is a special algae day because it's become a feature of all these biomass summits.
Now, that's heady stuff, because here you are going to Europe. You're a small publicly traded company here in Southern California. You've been invited to go over there and speak in a place, as you mentioned, Jeb Bush is speaking, Al Gore has spoken. From a company perspective, this has to feel like you finally arrived, so to speak.
Well, it's ironic, because we started the company in June 2007, and we're already the veterans of the algae. Right. Industrial algae was not a concept before we started, and now, of course, it's become a currency. Now, of course, we are on the path, and we're busy professionalizing our team. Our CTO, Dr. Vikram Patarkine, is doing just a great job of bringing in the engineers and the operations people to really deliver. So, sure, we're veterans. We need to move out of the development stage and into the actual field trials, and it's very exciting what's coming up.
And of course that becomes the transition from veteran to 800-pound gorilla in the industry.
Thank you very much.
You have a vision that you've spoken about on the program before of many such algae cultivation facilities, whether it's in a municipality or entrepreneurs. Tell us about that again.
We believe that the only way that alternative energy can really make it, and I call it new energy now, is to start doing parallel implementation. We can't have one big operator making energy for everybody, or one manufacturing place in China building algae sites for everybody. No, we want to have partners in every single country that build, sell, install, and support these algae systems. Now, these algae systems are relatively low capital, so they're great job generators. And an entrepreneur or an oil company, or, as you say, a municipality, can actually put it to work right there, and our partner in that country will take care of supporting it.
Once again, Origin Oil, OOIL. Give us a call, 888-259-4449. Riggs, as always, thanks so much.
Thank you, Don.
Take care.